Hey, welcome back. Today we're talking about credit card debt, and more specifically, how to get out of it. If you're carrying a balance on one or more credit cards right now, you already know how heavy that can feel. The interest keeps adding up, the balance barely seems to move, and it can start to feel like you're running in place no matter how much you pay. But here's the truth. With the right strategy and a clear plan, people pay off credit card debt of all sizes, and you can too. Today, we're going to walk through exactly how to do it, step by step. Let's get into it. Before we get into the plan itself, let's take a clear-eyed look at what credit card debt is actually costing you, because it's more than most people realize. The most obvious cost is interest. Every month that you carry a balance, a portion of your payment goes to finance charges rather than reducing what you actually owe. Depending on your interest rate, this can mean months or even years of payments where your balance barely moves, but the costs go beyond the interest itself. When you carry a lot of debt, lenders view you as a higher risk. That means when you apply for a loan, a mortgage, a car loan, anything, you're likely to be offered a higher interest rate. More debt leads to more expensive borrowing across the board. High monthly debt payments also reduce your cash flow. Money that could be going toward an emergency fund, retirement savings, or other financial goals is instead going to minimum payments. Your financial life gets squeezed in every direction, and research is increasingly showing that credit card debt carries a psychological cost too. Carrying debt has been linked to higher stress levels, depression, and even physical health effects like elevated blood pressure. The weight of debt isn't just financial, it affects your overall well-being. All of that is to say, getting out of credit card debt isn't just about saving money. It's about freeing up your life in a meaningful way. Now let's get into the plan. There are 4 key steps, and each one builds on the last. Step 1 is getting completely clear on what you owe. This sounds basic, but many people don't actually know the full picture of their debt. Pull out your most recent credit card statements, all of them, and make a list. For each card, write down the balance and the interest rate. That's it. Just having this information in front of you in one place is a powerful first step because it turns a vague, uncomfortable feeling into a concrete set of numbers you can actually work with. There are free spreadsheets available online specifically designed for this, tools that let you enter each debt and track your progress as you pay it down. Finding one you like and setting it up is worth the hour it takes. Step 2 is understanding your spending and adjusting it. The math of paying off debt is straightforward. The more money you can direct toward your balances each month, the faster you'll get out of debt. That means finding room in your budget by cutting back on non-essential spending, lowering recurring bills wherever possible, and being intentional about where your money goes. The most effective way to do this is to track your spending. It doesn't need to be complicated. Even writing down every purchase in a notebook for a month gives you a clear picture of where your money is actually going versus where you think it's going. Most people are surprised by what they find. One critical rule while you're in debt payoff mode: stop adding to your balances. Any new purchases on your credit cards directly offset the progress you're making. Consider removing cards from your wallet entirely and paying for day-to-day expenses with cash or a debit card until your balances are cleared. It removes the temptation and keeps your progress moving forward. Step 3 is choosing a payoff strategy, and 2 approaches are particularly well established. The first is called the Debt Snowball. With this method, you list your debts from smallest balance to largest, and you focus all your extra payments on the smallest one first while making minimum payments on everything else. Once that smallest debt is paid off, you take all the money you were putting toward it and add it to your payment on the next smallest debt. You keep rolling that momentum forward, hence the name Snowball, until everything is paid off. The psychological power of the snowball method is real. Paying off a full debt, even a small one, gives you a tangible win that builds confidence and motivation to keep going. The second approach is called the Debt Avalanche. With this method, you list your debts by interest rate rather than balance, and you attack the highest rate debt first while making minimums on the rest. Once the highest rate debt is gone, you move that payment to the next highest rate, and so on. The avalanche method takes more patience up front, especially if your highest rate debt also has a large balance, but it saves you the most money in interest over time. Neither method is universally better. The snowball is great if you need motivational momentum. The avalanche is better if minimizing total interest paid is your priority. Some people even use a hybrid, knocking out one or two small debts first for motivation, then switching to Avalanche order for the rest. Step 4 is simply sticking to the plan and adjusting it when life requires it. Once you've committed to a strategy, follow it consistently, but also recognize that plans need to flex. If you get a bonus and can double up on payments for a month, great, update your projections. If an unexpected expense means you need to pause extra payments for a month, that's okay too. The key is to keep returning to the plan and fine-tuning it as you go rather than abandoning it when things get complicated. Now let's talk about 2 tools that can accelerate your payoff significantly: balance transfer cards and personal loans. A balance transfer card lets you move your existing credit card balances onto a new card with a low or 0% promotional interest rate. During that promotional period, which can range from several months to a year and a half or more, every dollar you pay goes directly toward reducing your principal rather than being eaten up by interest. That can dramatically speed up your payoff timeline. When you're looking at balance transfer options, focus on 2 things: the length of the promotional period and the balance transfer fee. A longer promotional window gives you more time to pay down your balance interest-free. A lower transfer fee means you keep more of your savings. One thing to be careful about: a balance transfer card is still a credit card. If you're not disciplined about avoiding new purchases on it, you can find yourself in a worse situation than before. The other option is a personal loan. This involves borrowing a fixed amount at a lower interest rate than your credit cards and using that money to pay off your balances. The advantages are meaningful: no temptation to make new purchases since it's not a credit card, a fixed monthly payment that makes budgeting straightforward, and a clear end date for when the debt will be fully paid off. If your credit score is in good shape, you may qualify for a personal loan at a significantly lower rate than your current credit card APRs. Even if your credit is fair rather than excellent, there are lenders who specialize in working with borrowers in that range. Shopping around and comparing offers is worth the time. Let's wrap everything up. Credit card debt is expensive in ways that go beyond just the interest. It affects your borrowing costs, your cash flow, your financial goals, and your well-being. But it is absolutely payable with the right approach. The plan comes down to 4 steps. Know exactly what you owe, write it all down, understand your spending and cut back where you can, and stop adding to your balances while you're paying them down. Choose a payoff strategy that fits your personality: the Debt Snowball for motivational momentum, the Debt Avalanche to minimize interest, and stick to the plan, adjusting it as needed along the way. If you want to accelerate the process, a balance transfer card or a personal loan with a lower interest rate can make a meaningful difference. It might take several months. For larger balances, it might take a few years, but following a clear, consistent plan will get you there. And the financial and personal freedom on the other side is absolutely worth the effort. If this video was helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more practical content on managing your money well. Drop a comment below and let me know where you are in your debt payoff journey. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.